Dear Editor, every week I scan through the globe and see notices in the paper of some of our Marysville boys who are stationed throughout the various army camps and stations in the world. And I'm always a little disappointed when I never run across anything about our Indian boys from out here at Tulalip. It is no fault of yours. Someone should send little news items in from out here. And it has been so long since I've tried to write the Tulalip news that I'm quite on the rusty side. Anyhow, I want to tell you about some of our boys and hope that you or one of your writers can make an interesting news item out of it, as we are all downright proud of our Indian youth who are serving in dear old Uncle Sam's forces. And we're going to send in a lot more of our fine young men before the year is out. Right now, they're making planes and ships for themselves so they will have something to fight with. They are leaving the bow and arrow home for the women folk to use if the food shortage gets too serious. To begin with, last week, Charles Red Sheldon, youngest son of Mrs. Sarah Sheldon, was home for a few days. He is cook for Company B, 1st Platoon, 57th Battalion Medical Replacement Training Center at Camp Barkley, Texas, in the United States Army, and is a corporal and doing very well by himself. Friday night last, January 8th, his mother, Mrs. Sheldon, gave a small family dinner at which there were 37 members of the family present. If they had all come, they would have had to reserve all tables in both the Bluebird and the Village Cafe to accommodate the family. Saturday noon, Red left from Seattle and was accompanied as far as Pocatello, Idaho by his mother and by his brother Lawrence Buster Sheldon, and at this writing, Red is back in camp cooking 3 squares for the boys in khaki. I might add that Red was also cook in Ward E at the Tacoma Indian Hospital for about a year before he went into the Army, which was in April 1942. We have 2 boys, Private Jack George and Private Alfred Sam, doing all they can down in Africa right now. And from latest reports, they say they rather like it down there. Private George is the son of Mr. and Mrs. Solomon George of Tulalip. Alfred Sam is the brother of Edward Hagen Sam, also of Tulalip. Then there is Private Leo Charles, who is in Company G, 317th Infantry, Army Post Office 80, Camp Forest, Tennessee, in the United States Army. George Rice, son of Mrs. Martha Hatch, is a baker in the United States Navy Training School Commissary at San Diego, having joined the Navy a few months ago, and is having a wonderful time, according to his latest letter to us. We didn't even have to guess about that, though, because George is a boy who can adjust himself to circumstances and make the most of them. Private Patrick J. Gates, son of Mrs. Lucy Gates McLean, is in Company A, 28th Engineer Training at Battalion Engineer Replacement Training Center at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. And the last correspondence we had from him, he said, "Somebody's going to pay for this." And we can just see that grim look of determination on his face when he said it. Private Maurice C. Alexander is in the Signal Corps of the United States Army, and at this writing, we do not know his exact whereabouts. He may be here, or he may be out there. The same goes for Private Raymond Bagley, who is in the Coast Artillery. At this writing, his whereabouts is unknown, but wherever he is doing a great job. One of our latest recruits to join the Army was Private Harold Joseph, son of Eugene Joseph. He joined only very recently and is now in Florida. And we know he is also enjoying it because Harold is one of those boys who adapt himself nicely wherever he is. We have Private Cyrus Hatch Jr. in Battery B, 56th 5th Field Artillery Training Base, 6313 at Camp Roberts, California. And correspondence from him today reveals that he is training for Army clerk. and if anyone can do it, Cyrus can. Cyrus was, at the time of his induction into the Army, Secretary of the Tulalip Board of Directors, and the board extends sincerest greetings to him where he may land. I shall try to get more detailed reports on our boys and will send them to you from time to time. We don't want to exactly brag about what our boys are doing, but we do want to let them know how mighty proud we are of them. I almost forgot to tell you that Robert Thomas Leclerc, son of Mr. and Mrs. Louis Leclerc of Quilceda Drive, is in the United States Army and is somewhere in Great Britain, or was there just before Christmas, and likes the Army very much. He said, "We work hard and we play hard." Sincerely, Effie Hatch, Tulalip, Washington.